Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly. This is primarily a drone show. We'll be sharing adventures from all over the world. We hope to have interesting guests every week, and we're glad that you tuned in tonight. We'll be flying different drones in different locations. We encourage viewer participation in the chat. If you have a question, don't be afraid to ask. Every week, we'll have another interesting guest. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We'll be sharing various adventures by our guests as well as myself. And thank you for joining us tonight. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. And believe it or not, I just got in the door about a half hour ago. Jumped in the shower and I got out here and I tried to get somewhat organized. But let me tell you, we got a great live stream schedule tonight. I can't say enough thank yous to everybody who came to the third annual South Florida Drone Meetup. I mean, we had over 125 pilots there and family and friends. And I mean, everybody had a great time. I mean, really. And obviously, you knew we talked about the raffle prizes that were given away. And man, there were so many prizes. It was amazing. Some actually won 2 and 3. I mean, we had to go. But it's a long story, but I got guests in the back room. They're enjoying the shrimp and lobster back there, and they're gonna tell you. You're not just gonna hear it from me about the South Florida Drone Meetup because they were there and they participated, and I think they had a great time too. It was a lot of work, so I got to say thank you to the drone committee. I mean. Johnny Alfonso and Maddie, and Bill and Brad. I mean, this whole thing came together, and I couldn't do it without them. Really, it's amazing. But I gotta show you. This is the new lanyard. This is the new lanyard that we got from Brad, and I tell you, I'm so proud of these lanyards. And I think he did a great job, and. He did a great job with the coasters this year. I mean, we got a collection of these now. This is the third annual, and when people come into my little condo here, they see it and they ask me about it. What's that? And I tell them, and I'm proud to tell them. But our sponsors, and I got to thank our sponsors really. I mean, we had so many sponsors this year. Ken Dono was our number one sponsor. And I don't know Ken that well. I mean, we all know who he is, but I don't know him that well one on one talking to him. And when I had met him at other, drone meetups, he's a great guy. And I didn't think he was going to come through the way he did. But, he donated that Autel Evo 2 V3 drone with a smart controller. That was the top prize, and everybody wanted to win it. I mean, that's why not too many people left early. They wanted to win that drone. But we also I don't have them to reach down to get anymore because we gave them away. I finally got room around my desk. And we had that DJI Mini 2 aerial bundle that we bought with some of the money that paypixel.com gave us. Bobby Quinn, I got to say thank you to him. And I was talking about Ken Dono with the Autel drone, but he also donated a very expensive custom made FPV drone, and somebody won that. But a highlight was he ended up calling up Kelly Shores. Kelly Shores was at the South Florida Drone Meetup. Everybody knows Kelly, Ready Set Drone, along with Chris Waters. He was there too. But Ken Dono said, Ray, can I use your mic for a minute? I said, sure, Ken. I didn't know what he was going to do or say. And he got on the mic and he called Kelly Shores up. And, everybody gathered around. And then he gave him a very, very good FPV drone. And I forget, if I try to say the correct name of the type of FPV drone, I'll be wrong, so I'm not even going to attempt it. But it was a very expensive drone. I was told it was $2,500, maybe $2,000. And I'm not good with the prices of FPV drone. But Kelly Shores was totally shocked, as was a lot of the attendees, unless they got the word behind the scenes that he was going to do it. But I thought that was a nice touch by Ken, because he told me prior that he did want to give that drone to somebody who really would be able to enjoy it and fly it the way it should be flown. So again, I got to give kudos to Ken Dono, really. But anyway, I don't want to leave the guys in the back room too long because we got a busy crowd. We got a lot of guests on tonight. So I'm going to bring them in one at a time. And then we'll all maybe welcome in some of the guests. But I don't want to leave them in the back room while I do that. So please bring in, I'm going to bring in Scott Fran. He's coming to us. Everybody knows Jackrabbit FPV. Then I'm going to bring in Al Cercione from South Florida Drone Flyers.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Al.
How you doing, Ray?
We got Alex Escardo. And Alex, how you doing? Good to see you again.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
And Alex, I got to thank Alex right now while I bring him in, because he gave an awesome editing presentation at the South Florida Drone Meetup. I was listening and I learned a lot. And Alex, I got to say thank you. But let me bring one other guest in, and then we'll maybe have to rotate some guests out. But now we got the world famous Johnny Drone Flyer.
Hey, Johnny.
That's my rear bumper right there.
What's up, everybody?
And Johnny's on the road, so
Scott, don't look at your rearview mirror. I'm on my last 5 miles, guys.
Oh man, so glad to hear that.
that's great. That's great, Johnny.
Yeah,
You're almost home.
I might be noisy. I won't stay in too long because it might be wind. I don't know.
No, thanks for popping in, joining us, really. But Johnny, you're on the drone committee. I said thank you to you and the other members of the drone committee. Thank you so much for your help. But what'd you think about it, Johnny?
Well, this was the third one, and I don't know how they could get any better, but they do every year. And guys, if you're out there and you haven't been able to attend, hey, you know what? It's not too early to start planning for next year. All I can say is, I think our lives are marked by events, and this event is definitely a mark in your life.
It's true. It's true. It really is. I mean, this year we had a lot of the old drone pilots that were at the first and second one. And then we had a lot of new pilots. One thing that was totally different about this year is a lot of people brought more children. And I was so glad to see that. And there were a lot more female pilots there today. This weekend also. And it was great to see that. But anyway,
Ray, I'll say one other thing. Johnny ended up meeting up with me at Tallahassee and riding down there. And that was a big deal. It just made the ride so much easier, even though we weren't the same vehicle and stuff. But just knowing he was back there, and if I needed anything or whatever, boom, you didn't have to worry about it. So, Johnny and Lee Beasting, I learned that's actually how you're supposed to say his name, Beasting. It was really good having it. And then when we got down there, we had Bob Casey.
Chris Hope's uncle.
Bob Casey, was tagging along with us as well. So that's just great when you can do that. I know Brad Austin and Al Duran and Dennis Lovelady, they've done that on several different occasions as well. So, but that's nice when you got friends that they're riding with you.
Well, it's nice to see a caravan coming across the country to come to the South Florida Drone Meetup. It really is, and I'm glad you all made it safe. And
the only thing I had to look at the back of that Chevrolet the whole time. That was the only bad.
I took him on a wild ride home too. I went part of the state that I've never been in. We missed our turn, and I took Highway 60 across the more rural area of the state. And man, that was beautiful. And I wouldn't have done it for any other reason except for it was a mistake. But it turned out to be a good mistake.
That was a good mistake. That was a nice ride.
I gotta say thank you to Al Cercione, South Florida Drone Flyers. He was helping me behind the scenes too. Don't kid yourself. He's not an official. He's like an unofficial member of the drone committee. But Al made us a beautiful, professional-looking banner, and when I looked at it, it was
Jim Beauchart wanted some snacks.
It was very impressive. But go ahead, you got some snacks.
Yeah, and that's thanks to DeMarco and his wife.
I know.
Hey, Johnny, you want some?
But Al, I got to say thank you to you. I mean, that banner was so impressive, really.
It was my pleasure. It added a nice touch to it, I think. It was, especially when we took the group shot and me and Scott held it.
It was. It was so nice.
I enjoyed it. I whatever you guys need, I'm always there.
But now, Alex, we got to get to you, Alex, because your editing presentation was amazing. When I called you up, and you agreed to try to follow Mark Fisher's editing presentation, and that's a tough act to follow. But you did an awesome, awesome job. So how'd you feel when you were up there?
Well, all I remember was, well, thank you very much, Alex. And then I zoned out. I completely forgot what the hell I said. I was just going based on my notes. I literally prepared like last week. And when you asked me, I called Mark and I said, look, I'm not trying to beat you at anything. I'm an amateur at this. You're the pro. And he said, hey, just be yourself. Take notes. Just talk about what you do, what you've learned, and you'll be fine. And so I took up his advice, and I appreciate that. I mean, that's the beautiful thing about everybody. Everyone's willing to help each other out. Everyone's super cool. I met a lot of people that I normally see in the chat, but I don't know who they are, and I got to see faces and match them up with names. Just like it sounds like the cliche. Everyone says that, but it's true.
No, I know.
What can I say? But thank you very much. I appreciate that.
It's one of those things where we're family. We really are. And it's so nice when you see the guys, and they've come a long, long distance, to get there, and it's a big expense. And some people, turned it into a vacation, and that's good to see that too. Like Ron Brown, he came down a month ahead of time. But again, he turned it into a vacation. And like Michael Wright, he came in early. He's on his way to the Keys tomorrow. And he's going to come back and he's going to get together with me again. I'm going to take him to a secret spot, him and Lee Bessing. And, it's just one big family, really. But listen, I'm going to ask you one by one. I'll start with Johnny. What do you think is the best thing about the South Florida Drone Meetup? Johnny, what do you think? No, can't hear us. No audio. No audio. No audio.
Got it.
All
Can
right.
you hear me?
Yeah, we got you now.
I got to address the worst thing. I'm 1 mile from my house and I'm dead stop. So.
All right. I'll come back to you. You want to get settled in?
No. I'm dead stopped on the interstate. So.
Oh, 1 mile and you
No,
did stop. Oh, okay.
the meetup was incredible, and look, we have a drone committee, but your drone committee is could be nothing with the people who come to that event, and that's what makes the event. The drones is secondary. It's all about friendships and communicating with those guys you met online, and I think that's the biggest part of the drone. I think everybody would say that.
Exactly. And what about you, Scott? What do you think?
Hands down, easily. That's the easiest question to answer. It is definitely the people. I tell you, we had so much fun and such a blast, and everybody's just cutting up. I think the hotel actually enjoyed having us there. They just said we were fun to be around. We had fun because everybody was just having a great time. It was. I don't even know how to tell you. I mean, you have to go experience to understand what it is. It's just incredible. So it is definitely the people, and this community is such a great community, and the people are just outstanding.
Well, I tell you, I'm hoping.
But Ray, just to back up a little bit, you gave us that venue to be able to allow us to do that. So really appreciate that too, because you were able to bring us all to one place. Otherwise, we're still individuals here and there and talking in chats. So
No, it's good. It's good. But I hope somebody's going to say about the flying, and you just brought about the location, and that is an awesome location as far as I think. Myself and the drone committee, we're going to talk about next year's event, and we already picked the date. It's going to be April 6th, 2024. So mark it on your calendars. If we can't come up with a better location, it'll be back there because that's just an awesome location. Al, what did you think?
Well, I didn't really do much flying, but I agree with Johnny and Scotty. Just mingling with everybody and putting faces, and to names. I mean, I've seen Barkley on the streams, didn't even know what he looked like. And he's a super nice guy. I had a great time, a lot of laughs with him. And
hey, Al, he's a lot better looking. He's a lot better looking when he's not on camera.
But I tell you what, you better watch him though, Al.
And Jim Bojart's another one. I never met him before, and he's a bundle of laughs. He really is. He had a great
He is. He had the camera going today on the boat. Every time you turned around, you were looking at a GoPro camera. I'm telling you.
But I enjoyed some of it. I did a little bit of flying. I posted a little video of the around the bridge and whatnot. But it was a great event. There's no two ways about it.
We're going to show some of the videos shortly. And I know we got two guests in the back room now. I'm just trying to figure out how to bring them in without putting somebody in the back room themselves. But anyway, I see you guys in the back room, and there's one of them right now. And Johnny's probably getting ready to go in his house, so he'll be joining us probably a little later as soon as he gets settled in his house. So, but I got to bring in one guest in. That's Bob. Now people are saying, which Bob? Which Bob is in the back room? I'm going to keep it in suspense for a couple of seconds. And you got it. You figured it out.
Hey, Bob.
Yeah, it's Bob.
Check out that hat. Now, is that not a good-looking hat or what?
How you doing, Bob? And Audrey.
Okay, can you hear us?
Look, yeah. Santa Claus has got sunglasses on.
Yes. There you go. How you doing?
How you guys doing? And Audrey's driving, I guess, right?
Audrey's driving. She's always the driver. She's the best driver in the world.
And you're on your way to Sarasota? Is that top secret, or can I share that location?
we're only about a mile or so away from my cousins, so we're pretty close.
Well, that's good. I'm glad you were able to join. Good.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say something. I wanted to say something beyond just the fact that there was such great camaraderie. I'm at a red light, so I can look now.
Okay.
But as a newbie who just started flying, I felt so welcomed by everybody.
That's
so
good.
I think if there were people there that didn't want to fly because they felt like they weren't good enough, they should think about that twice. next time, because everyone was so welcoming and encouraging. Besides being, such a great new family group here. So I want to thank everybody for making me feel so welcome.
I want to thank you for the pizza. The pizza was good.
I'm glad. I didn't think it was so good. Actually,
I tell you, Audrey, you were a big hit. We got to know each other, fairly well, and
yes,
you showed me one of your first flights when you got there. I said, "Oh man, she's gonna fly that mini. She's going over the intercoastal." And it was the breeze had picked up by then. And I tell you, your flight was awesome, and your drone has an awesome wrap. You want to
Yes.
tell
Yeah.
us everybody about that flight? Tell everybody about it a little bit.
Well, because my drone is wrapped in cherry blossom and glitter, it makes it really easy to see the sky, and I think I just missed my turn.
Oh, all right. I figured you can't talk on the stream and drive because you might miss.
No, it's recalculating another term.
All right. But I tell you, but I was so impressed with the way you were flying, Audrey, really.
Well,
And I guess you learned it all from Bob?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
he's going to take credit, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But what I think, was it Ron Brown that told me it was okay to fly the Mini 2 in that wind?
Yeah.
Wasn't it Ron
Yeah.
Brown?
Ron Brown said it's okay. Mini 2 can do that.
Yeah.
No problem.
He told me to stay under 100 feet.
Right, right.
And don't go too far. And that's exactly what I did. And I felt totally comfortable. And then after I took off, and even I was flying over the water, I felt perfectly comfortable.
Well, you
Did
great.
Ron Brown tell you that he dropped a drone in the water the year before?
I think we need to put together a list of the miracles of the South Florida Drone Meetup. The miracles. I mean, nobody went in the water. An Avata went down and we found it. A Mavic 3 got left behind at the site.
And it was returned.
It. I mean, I think there's more than that, but
I know.
Yeah.
There were so many great things that happened.
The miracles of the South Florida Drone Meetup.
I like it. But I also like 107's nickname for your drone, Little Pinky.
Little Pinky.
Hey, how you doing, Barkley? I'm sorry I didn't welcome everybody in, but I didn't want to leave my guests in the back room too long. But you know who you are, and believe me, I appreciate you watching the show. And so
there
did
wasn't
these
even
guests.
any shrimp tonight. It was leftover pizza from the meetup.
Hey, there was enough left over, that's for sure.
Well, he only left us 3 slices.
But I do like to say hello to Tomas over in Ireland, so I got to say hello to him.
Hi, Tomas.
And Michael Blade, he was at the first 2 South Florida Drone Meetups, but he couldn't make this year. But Jim Beauchard came all the way from Canada,
Toronto.
and so did Gary Brand Aerials, and that meant a lot to us.
I think Gary just got home.
Are they the first international
attendees?
Attendees,
first international. So we can say it's an international event now.
Yep. Yes.
And we had the Canada flag flying proudly,
Yes. Yep.
Thanks to Jim, he brought it, and but I got to get to Alex now. Alex didn't say what he thought the best thing about the South Florida Drone Meetup was.
Well, considering it was my first one, I have nothing to compare it to. Everyone in the panel, and I'm sure a lot of people in the chat have been there before, but I thought it was amazing. And having had a past life in the corporate world and setting up meetings for 150, 200 people, it's one thing that you learn is you can't make everyone happy. But I think everyone left this place happy.
I agree.
And And kudos to you, Ray, and the committee. I mean, you guys did an awesome job.
Thank you.
Again, I have nothing to compare it to, but I had a great time. People
Yeah.
were cool. People were nice to me. You know, and I'm not a big talker. You get to know me, then I start talking. But I'm usually pretty shy.
Well, again, for me, it's meeting everybody. Just to let everybody know. I am so sorry I did not get a chance to talk to people longer than I did, and I know I missed some people personally talking to them. I welcomed just about everybody because they had to come to the sign-in table, unless they snuck in. But if they snuck in, they didn't get a raffle ticket. But anyway, Bob, I know you're driving, so I'm gonna remove
Drop
you
us off.
guys, all right? Because Michael Wright, I think, is in the back room. He's been back there for a while.
Oh, get him on.
And I want to say enjoy the rest of your vacation, all right? And it was great seeing you guys.
Great to see you. All right,
Take
guys.
care, guys. Take it
All
easy.
right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Bye-bye.
So I tell you, it's amazing because, I mean, I didn't want it to end. I really didn't want it. And this is sort of continuing it, tonight's live stream. And I know Al Duran, just to let you know, Al Duran is going to be talking about this South Florida Drone Meetup on his show tonight also, because he had some great flights. Anybody who's witnessed his flights, he's an expert drone pilot, and he was zipping around. I call it zipping around when you fly FPV. But Michael Wright's in the back room, so I'm going to bring him in right now.
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
Hey, Michael. How you doing?
Hopefully it's not too much background. I'm in here in the lobby. It's all of a sudden picked up. Perfect timing, A little loud back there. I moved over.
I'm sorry I left you back there so long, but I know we're allowed to have 6, but I can't raise this. I'm trying to raise the person on the second line.
You need me to bail out? I can bail out if you need me to.
Well, somebody else has just stopped in the back room, but no, we'll give it a couple of minutes. And Michael, I mean, I just saw you about an hour and a half ago. At the Chinese buffet.
Yeah, just enough time for me to take a little nap and wake up here.
What'd you think about the fishing? Time. We went on a fishing trip today, guys. Just to let you know, that's what we do on the 4th day of South Florida Drone Meetup. So what you think of the fishing trip, Mike?
Love the fishing trip. Again, it's all about the camaraderie, the meeting, and getting to know people on a one-to-one basis, out there. And I was able to find my little SD1, mini S1.
I know. Well, next thing you know, we hear a drone up in the air above the boat, and I'm saying, holy,
that's right,
Michael, got to be Michael. Yeah. Michael's flying.
Got some great shots of everybody fishing, and we got pulling in about a 30-inch fish, mackerel. I think it's mackerel.
King mackerel.
Right.
Yeah.
King mackerel. Right. Yeah.
And you got it. You got it on drone, an arrow shot of it. It was amazing.
All this beautiful. It's all about the camaraderie, the meeting. It's a lot more than just flying. Flying is minimal compared to how much fun there is out here.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
every day is something different.
I tell you, it was just a whirlwind. The whole 4 days. We start with a meet and greet on Friday. Then we have a full day of flying on Saturday and half a day of flying on Sunday. And then today we finish it up with a fishing trip. But Mike, you're on your way to the Keys.
I've never been to the Keys.
You want to share anything about that?
Yeah, I've never been to the Keys, and Lee's going to go along with me. Lee Beasting. See, I got it right. Beasting all along. And your friend Steve gave me a bunch of nice locations for restaurants down there, he said, to go to. And I'm going to check some of them out. And I think we have some good spots for me getting information on some good flying spots as well from T-Logo dude. Sent them to Lee about. So I'm looking forward to another full day of flying and eating and flying and eating.
Yep. I know. And then you're going to come back and visit me again, right?
I'm going to come visit you on Wednesday, and then I'm heading out to the airport in the afternoon, late afternoon.
And I'll take you to a secret spot, but just
a secret spot.
Warn the secrecy about.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where it is.
Al's going to give it up. Look at that.
I'll tell you where it is.
Yeah, you don't know everyone. And list, that's one thing list, I don't know if Ray does is write a list. I think they're in his head. I don't think he actually writes the list of secret spots. If it is, it's on a napkin curled up somewhere.
Yeah, I tell you. But I'm looking forward to when you come. You know, we're gonna go on the boat, you and Lee, and we'll have a good time. Hopefully the weather will be good still, and we'll have a good time.
I'm looking forward. We'll have a good
How
time.
far down to the Keys you going, Mike?
I'll go right now as far as marathon. Maybe across the 7 Mile Bridge. That's it. About halfway.
Yeah, that's a good long ride from where you guys are.
Yeah, I'm used to driving 3 or 4 hours at a time.
Yeah,
That's just, we'll drive 3 or 4 hours, stopping on the way, spend 3 or 4 hours around there, and then drive another 3 or 4 hours back to Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Don't get in at 10 o'clock at night. That doesn't bother me at all. We leave.
We got Rob Kamada. I see he must have made it home. Rob Kamada. He left early this morning. He's in the chat. Good to see you, Rob.
Hey, Rob.
And then,
I see David. Lorenzo's
and David, I didn't.
He's been in touch with Chris, and I was in touch with your friend Steve as well. So.
And David surprised us. He didn't tell me he was bringing sunscreen for everybody, and that was a good, little sponsorship donation.
I wish you had bug spray for Sunday.
I know.
Thank God.
Another thing, we got to add to the list.
Well, I wasn't the only one holding out. I found out Flying Flynn had it too.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, he did.
Oh, he did?
Yep.
Yeah, I tell you.
It was great meeting everybody, though. It really was.
What'd you guys think about Max's airplane flying on Sunday?
And how many drones were chasing it?
I know. Wasn't that?
It looked like there's mosquitoes going after it.
Max said he counted 6 at the most.
Max said it's in the chat. 6. But he's starting up a new channel. It's going to be called DJI Max because he loves DJI, as we all know.
That was a great show he put on.
His flying ability is incredible, really. Yeah. And Tammy Jean was there along with Jasper, and you got one. He didn't. I wonder why he didn't hand me one of that.
I didn't get that.
Oh, I had to go get this one. I asked about 3 or 4 times, and he was on his way out, and I said, "Hey Max, how about us?" And he meant to give me. It's just the same thing with me. A lot of times I'd forget I didn't have them. So
yeah. And we got to see Barkley, just to let everybody know. Barkley, 107, he was also known as number 52. But he came and his son and son's fiance met him there, and it was nice to see that, and I got to say kudo to Barkley for doing that. And I'm not great at reading the chat, guys, so I'm missing a lot of comments, and I apologize. But is there anybody who wants to volunteer to go out? Because I can't get this person in the
I'll
back
go
room.
I can go too, Ray. If you need this, you need the room.
I can go, Ray. No problem.
You guys want to flip a coin?
No, I can go.
All right, I'll let you go, and I'll talk to you during the week. All right, and thank you for coming on tonight. And I know I'll be flying with you very shortly.
Yeah. Everybody have a great night.
Bye, Al. It's good seeing you again.
Likewise.
Thank you again for the sign.
No problem.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So anyway, as soon as Al clears out of the back room, we'll have another guest coming in. And does anybody want to try to guess if I say he's an international guest, who it might be?
Gary, he just got home, I think.
If I say number 13.
I say Gary.
Hey, number 6.
Number 6, yeah.
I changed my number.
Welcome, Gary. How you doing?
Hey, are you a lumberjack?
I'm a lumberjack. I'm okay. I sleep all night and I work all day. I cut down trees. I wear high heels, suspendies, and a bra. I wish I'd been a girly just like my dear mama.
Gary, do you have sand in your shoes?
Hey, look at this. Exo Blackhawk Mini 2 Pro.
Where did you get that, Gary? Where did you get that?
I won that at the South Florida Drone Meetup. And we've got 14-degree temperatures here today, so it's a perfect day to fly. It's going to be warm again tomorrow. And once I get stuff unpacked, I'm going to download the software and get this baby in the air. So
Well,
thank you
good.
so much for putting all of this together, Ray. I've won in so many ways.
I know you won in so many ways. You're coming back next year, and you want to be number 6, so you got it.
It was a wonderful time, and
You came with your wife. I got to meet your wife.
Yeah, Vicky was with me, and I think next year we're going to make it a longer trip. I think we'll come down earlier and stay longer, and maybe head up to the East Coast.
Hi, how you doing?
How you doing? Say hello. And that's the first time. That's the first time Vicky's ever been online with me. So there you go.
Well, it was such a pleasure meeting Vicky. Really, it really was.
We had a great time. I think next time we'll probably spend a week just going up the East Coast and probably stop in New York and visit anybody that couldn't make it down. There was that stream that I saw this morning of Mark Fisher trying to hitchhike down. He was going to walk.
That was hysterical.
It was great. It was like 6 minutes of hilarity.
Hey, and the Maverick was back.
He came back. I know.
Yes, he was.
And it was good to see him and his partner there.
Absolutely.
And I gotta say, I mean, we had a lot of new faces. We really did. Who you got there, Mike? Who is?
Oh my gosh!
Oh me! That's funny because we were just talking about you, Barkley.
See that, Barkley?
Yeah.
But anyway, it was just such a wonderful time. The camaraderie in the lobby at the hotel.
Is he going to kiss us? What's he going to do? Kiss us?
And John Flynn and I singing back up for.
It was great for Dennis Lovelady.
Yeah. Hey, and I got to leave a live super chat for Johnny. Somebody left a super chat, and I just held the $5 bill up to the screen.
Yeah, and then Barkley comes up and gives a 1. He says, "Oh, that's too much." So he ripped the 1 in half and handed it to him.
I could have just given him a Canadian dollar worth of $50.
So Gary, what did you think was the best thing about the South Florida?
Oh man, there was just so many, so many thrills, so many connections made. The highlight was meeting Jasper. Jasper was.
Jasper.
I haven't downloaded any of the footage. I got footage.
There's Jasper right there. There, that's it. You got
there you go. I was gonna just show that off. I got the same one. There we go. Little Jasper pup.
I know. He's the official mascot of the South Florida Drone Meetup.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Don't pat his head.
Yeah, and seeing Max fly that airplane, it was like being at an air show. It was fabulous. Cool. And we had 18 drones in the sky at one time.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay, you might as well tell them we broke the record, Gary.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought that one drone on the left was a bird, but that was Johnny Alfonso's V-copter.
It was a bat.
Well, I found that in order to find my drone amongst all of those, I would turn the landing light on and off. And when I saw the landing light go on and off, then I knew that was where I was.
Turn upside down like that.
And Rob, you're absolutely right. We got to get Jasper a name tag. Yeah, definitely.
Like that.
He'll have his official lanyard.
Oh, what a blast! What a blast! And it just didn't last long enough.
2 minutes ago, he was here popping in.
Yeah. And I got it. Bill's comment is up on the board right now, and that leads me to believe I got to say thank you to Bill because Bill. Who we got
Hey,
there?
hey, Lee, see that, Lee? See what I got there?
And I'll tell you one thing, it's just amazing. But Bill, back to Bill. I got to give him a big round of applause, kudos, because he put together that meet and greet on Friday
Yeah,
night.
yeah.
I mean, that was all Bill, really.
And can you imagine? Can you imagine him putting up with Beauchard in his house?
He's still there, isn't he, Gary? Or we think he is anyway.
Yeah. No, that was just something else, you know. So we're looking forward to April 6th, 2024, and being number 6 down there. So
Yeah.
and great to meet all these people again. You know, to meet Alex for the first time, and to meet Scott for the first time, and sign up Michael Wright to be my next guest on this show.
So you went all the way to Florida just to get Michael Wright.
That's right. Oh yeah. You got to do what
you got to feel special, Michael.
It does.
You know, and I gotta say, you know, did anybody? I know I got one. I made sure I got one, but I hope some people got the Idaho quadcopter pins because there was a few of these being given out, and I know Marcus gave some out. And I am so happy he gave me one. But he gave me this one last year, just to let everybody know. And it was good to see Marcus and Ron and DeMarco Moore from Drone Nation. You know, Drone Nation is, in my opinion, one of the top live streams. Oh, yeah, he got one. There in it.
I got the hat.
Yeah, there's the hat. Okay.
And I'll tell you, sunburn. You know, I never burn. You know, I tan. You know, I brushed my hair this morning and it was like razors across my ears. You know, but also worth it. You know, and
we got to get back to Alex. He's very quiet up there, so we got to bring him back into the chat to get more active.
Got to pick up the drone guide laminated.
Right.
Eh?
That's good. I didn't get a laminated copy. I only got a copy.
You got to have some pull. You know, you have to come from a foreign country to get the laminated version.
No, Johnny puts together a great live stream guide, and you know he gets help from his Susan, and I love that live stream guide.
Yeah.
Alex, did you get a copy
of the guide? I downloaded it.
Okay, yeah, you got it.
He had posted it, and I downloaded it.
But
the big
question is. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say next year for 24, we got to get 24 drones up.
Oh, definitely. Good idea. We shoot for 24.
Yeah, we should have.
I gotta get back.
23 and 23, but we'll get 24.
I think we need to double. We doubled from last year. We need to double this next year.
Yeah. Well, I'll bring my Air 2S and my EXO. So I'll have two.
Well, you know, I'm putting feelers out just to let you guys know. I already put one feeler out to Steven Sutton that we need a little drone show. At the South Florida Drone Meetup. You know, so we'll see what Steven says. But listen, Scott, take over for a minute. I got to go get something. I'll be right back. All right?
Me? Oh,
yeah, you
crap.
just take over for a minute.
So, Gary, do you have a bobsled team?
I had, back in the day, I had a two huskies and a dog sled for years and years. And it's like owning a snowmobile with a mind of its own. You kind of have an idea where you're going, but it might not match their idea, you know.
Can you get thrown off that sled?
You hang on for dear life when those guys are going. And
well, tell me what I think I learned something there. So, what you tell me about the lead dog and the dogs behind?
Unless you're the lead dog, the view never changes.
See what you learn when you come to these events?
Yeah. Now, I used to take these dogs out every morning, right, and do a run. And we'd go up the street and then down the corner when the trail started, the big male, he'd be pulling like crazy. He wanted to go. And the female, she'd be pulling like crazy and she wanted to go. And we get onto that trail and her lead would go slack and her tail would go up and she'd poop on the run. She didn't even stop. But every morning, same spot.
Wow.
On the run.
Well,
I don't know if you saw, but DeMarco's in the house.
I know he's in the chat. I saw that. And I started to say, you know, it was great seeing him and Kevin Moore, you know, meeting him for the first time. And it was just a fun time.
And
so
wasn't
DeMarco, thank you. And thank you for the almonds, DeMarco, because they were a big hit. I've been eating them all day.
I got some right here.
Yeah, there you go.
And that dinner,
what are
that
they?
dinner we had on,
Wasabi, right? And soy sauce ones? Oh,
these are I think it's the Mexican style street corn. And then you got the wasabi soy sauce.
Yeah, they were the ones.
And we had smoked ons.
I tell you, it was just great. And please say thank you to Shelley, too. Okay, DeMarco?
DeMarco's waiting on his limo.
Yeah, I'm telling you. But we're going to hear more about it on Drone Nation at 9 o'clock, I'm sure.
Oh.
But listen, guys, don't forget Al Duranify. He comes on at 7 right after this show. And it's one of those things where I got to say thank you to Scott, because Scott, again, made up a new poster, a banner. He added quite a few more people to it. Look at all the people.
Yeah, Alex got to win one of them.
I know. You got the big one there, right? Alex.
The poster.
I heard Tony Tropic actually benefited from it too. MB Drones won it, but he couldn't carry it on the plane, so he gave it to Tony.
Oh, that was nice. That was really nice. So anyway, that was a big hit, Scott. So I got to say thank you. That's a great donation. It's a great raffle prize. I hope to win it one day.
Now there's my poster, right, with all of the people who have been on my show all highlighted, right?
Right.
And I wanted to fill that thing, and then this bastard came and added 30 more names. I'm 30 farther away than I started.
And man, now you're having to travel all the way to Florida to get your guests too. So how bad is that?
Yeah.
Write it off.
But you know, we made so many connections, so many personal connections. I've talked to Alex in chat before, and Tony from Quadcopters and Tech. We were always typing Avada, with the little drink thing. And I told Tony, I said, from now on, it's going to be EXO with a little drink.
That's good. That's good. But listen,
no.
Jeff Norman was in the chat earlier. I had it highlighted that him and Robin are coming back. So he had told me to add them to the list, which I did. Jeff, you're number 17. Robin, you're number 18 on the list. So
hey, Jeff, I am subscribed too. I did check. I am subscribed.
Yeah. Oh, and a big thanks to Ray and Paul Wegenbig for coming up with that mug for me from the U.S. Drone Society.
It's a great mug, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I was drinking rum and coke out of it on the. It's a great way to disguise a booze up.
I know. It is. But it's one of those things where we could go on and on and on. But I see John from Connecticut Formulas in the house, and I hope John can make it next year, because he doesn't really know what he's missing. And the videos that are going to be, on YouTube channels, they're going to show it, but it's nothing like being there. I think you guys will agree to that, right?
Yeah. Now I've got a question for people in the chat. We've got 45 people watching and only 30 likes. What's wrong with you guys?
Guess what? I'm one of those that have not hit the thumb yet. So I'm bad about that.
I forgot to hit the thumb.
I'm glad there's people like you that remind us all the time because I really do forget most of the time.
Feed that algorithm. Come on.
Thank you. But John, Connecticut Formula says he's there, so I'm putting him on the list. All right. John, once you're on the list, you can't cancel. All right.
Well, now we're at 38, so we're okay.
Now we're up to 39 now. I just saw it pop up to 39.
Okay. So we've only got nine deadbeats. That's the price of admission. Is just hit that like button. Ray, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go so that you can bring somebody else in that's way more important than me. But again,
thank you, Gary. I know you.
Again, thank you so much, and thank you for flying that flag. I was so proud to see the Canadian flag there. It just warmed my heart, to meet all those people and some of the big YouTube stars were there. Ken Herron and Kelly Shores, and Kelly's got me coming on First Friday this week. And
there you go.
So many
there were some superstars there, as we all know.
Yeah. Bobby Quinn was.
Gary, thank you for being on tonight, and thank you for coming to the South Florida Drone Meetup.
It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. Oh my God. It's Freudian slip. That's when you say one thing and you mean another. Oh man.
Well, listen.
Thanks so much
before you leave. Why don't you just hang around, because this is the first week of the. I'm gonna lose. No, I guess I got a new mic. I forgot I got a new mic, so we should have a good audio.
He just can't hear us right now, so we can talk about it.
To see who last month's winner was. So why don't you just hang around 2 seconds, and I'm gonna put all the names.
I can't win any more stuff. I tell you, I've been so lucky.
I'm gonna pick out the winner who wins the $10 Amazon gift card. And Gary, I didn't renege on you, right? You got yours as $10 cash, right?
He hands me $10 cash, and he's got a $20 hat. So I pulled out another 10. I said, "Here's your 10 back," and there's another 10. So this is the bargain of the century there.
All right, let's see who gets the $10 Amazon gift card.
I was the first one to buy the hat too, by the
way.
He sold them all, so you.
Barkley.
Okay. It's rigged.
Yeah.
Rigged.
I'm going to apologize because I forgot to do the contest last week. We had so much conversation going on. But thank you, Gary. Thank you for being on tonight.
It's always good to be on Ray's show.
All right.
Ahoy, Captain.
And say hello again to your wife and tell her thank you.
Gary, it's nice meeting you,
Gary.
Yeah, she had a blast shopping. So.
All right. Bye,
Gary.
So Gary's broke now. She went shopping.
Yeah, we got another guest in the back room just to let everybody know, and I just want to give him a heads up. So he's ready. He's ready to be welcomed. I want everybody to give a welcome to one of the members of the drone committee, and that's Bill Ronayne. And
Yay!
Hey. There were no biscuits in the back room.
Remember that place?
How you doing?
Hey, Bill, you're a little red too.
It's the lighting.
Bill put together a great meet and greet, and then today he put together a great fishing trip on the ladies.
I get them when they're coming, and I get them when they're going. That's it. The beginning and the end. The alpha and the omega. That's me. Yeah. Anyway, no, it was a great time as always. I knew it would be because everybody's just like so nice, that so sweet. Like my teeth are falling out. Very, very nice. Everybody was great. Scotty, love you. Alex, great guy. Mike, great guy. Ray's got his moments. Anyway, it was it was just a lot of fun. I mean, you don't have to worry about what you say to anybody at any time. Everybody's got a good sense of humor about everything. We all kid each other and support each other, and nothing drowned this.
Yeah, really.
I know,
nothing,
Bill.
yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up again, because I meant to say that.
Yeah.
And it was great. No drones
Nothing
didn't hit
drowned.
the coastal this year.
And none even got lost. Some tried real hard.
I know. You want to tell the story about
Hey, Ray, can I interrupt just a second?
Of course, yeah.
I just got word Dragonfly show is going to be canceled tonight.
Oh, okay.
So if you want to go long, you can go long.
All right, maybe we will
long,
go a little longer.
There you go.
Anyway,
You didn't catch it.
Sorry to hear that, Al.
Yeah. Alexis, our darling. Do you want me to tell a story? Yeah. And we were very excited that she made it. She just barely made it. And what a lovely creature. And, you know, she decided at the last second to come. So everything was like one bad luck after the other. Because her husband, well, the good luck thing is her husband's feeling much better. So she decided she could go. So that's great. Okay. But then she took this last second flight. Then she didn't land until during the meetup, you know, on Saturday around 12 something. Then the flight was delayed in Atlanta. So what time did she get there? About 5 to 4. You know,
the raffle was 3/4 over.
Well, yeah. Oh no. Yeah, more than that. You know, but it was great to see her, and we had a great time with her on Sunday, and you know, at the after the meetup, and she was flying her Avata. Excuse me.
I know.
Anyway, I just brushed my teeth.
That's all.
Okay, so I just came out of the shower and brushed my teeth. But he wasn't kidding. Jim is in the other room, by the way. He wasn't kidding. I just came out of the shower. But I fell asleep on the couch. I never even made it to the couch after the fish. But anyway, I'm sidetracked here. So she was flying Nevada, and she had a couple of issues. It seemed like with her firmware, and we were worried about that. But not Alexis, brave as can be, flying over a couple of condos nearby. And then all of a sudden, I saw the video. She showed the video. It was just flying. It was just hovering.
That's spiral.
Just like that. 44 meters, 45 meters straight down, and then bounced off what looked like a corrugated orange painted metal roof that was over like a cabana up next to a pool, fenced in between two condos. So, So Rick Williamson was the first one to run over there with the car.
Billy Kyle searched for it. Billy Kyle searched for it with a Mavic 3.
Well, he went over and looked for it, and Rick Williamson drove over, and it was fenced, and apparently he was intimidated by that. Now Alexis she's a big girl. she was getting her way. She went there, and they had talked to the security, and the dun dun dun. You know, it's illegal to fly over private property, came out of the mouth of the security guard, you know. And apparently his mind was changed, though. Michael Wright was with her, this guy right here.
Yeah.
So it must have been you that intimidated the guard, not...
Well, what was happening is he told me, you know, again, illegal fly over property. I let him know. I said, we're all registered, FAA registered pilots there. And
okay, good. That's a good response. Yeah.
So you're not supposed to fly over private property.
There you go. Okay, and they hung up on the phone. Yeah, that's great.
And then I started calling again. Alexis was getting out of the car to go around to the camera, and he never answered. Then I called again, and then all of a sudden, as Alexi put in her face in the camera, it said access, and the gate opened. So he didn't call us again. He just opened the gate. Then they had a homeowner out there, property owner, and she happened to be on the board of directors. And we were looking around. She walked. I got to escort you all around. We'll find, let you look, but I need to be with you. So she walked around with us, and then Alexis found it right near a door, right near one of the doors. It was a ceramic tile roof.
Oh, okay.
People think it was metal roof, but there's a ceramic tile roof. It fell off right near the door to the office. And what happened was the resident that was walking around, actually, that was escorting around, found the battery about 15 feet away from it. When Alexis found it, she could find it. And
turned it in, right? She thought it was an ink cartridge.
Yeah, she took it back to her husband. She said, "Is this an ink cartridge?" And her husband said, "I think so."
But turned it in, gave it back, and then, she got it back.
So. She got it back to about 15 minutes, and she had to explain everything to the woman's husband, I think, and then two other women walking the dogs had to explain it to them again. But we got it back. Everything's good.
I'll tell you, Mike, you guys look like a nice couple there. A nice couple, really.
But the real reason the drone went down was because the prop disintegrated. Is that not correct?
That's what it seems like.
Because they weren't broken. There was nothing left on the props. The screws are still there.
That's why it went in the death spiral.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, like it broke at the hub and just came completely off. The screws were still there.
And the last night we saw a little bit of red paint from the tile, it looked like, on one of the legs of the bottom, about a 1/4 inch. We can see the reddish color on it.
So
we know it hit the roof and then bounced off.
There was a little bit of an issue, but Barkley did a little surgery on it for her. And
right. One of the antenna legs basically just opened up, and he had to reset it.
Yeah,
I was so glad she got it back. I was so glad that she got it back.
Ray's got a video of Dr. Barkley
about that.
Yeah,
I didn't have it queued up just yet, but he had that thing back together and flying again in like 10 minutes. Really.
Yeah. Despite what we say, Barkley really is an outstanding guy. So
I mean, despite what we say, what do you say?
Let me tell you what. If that sucker is around you, you better be watching him. Because you never know what's going to happen.
He's lurking. You never know if he's around or not.
I should have showed this video while Al was still here, but I just want to show a little bit of Al's video. He has already posted one, and Al, he's flying FPV nowadays. So, just this is Al's short video.
Yeah, he's got the DJI FPV now.
Right, yeah.
He loves it. Yep. That's my fault. He flew mine and he decided he wanted it.
I know, you got him hooked, Bill. That's what he told me. He loved it, you know. How do you like yours, Bill?
I like it again. I took a couple of flights after dropping it into the inlet at Boynton Beach. That I was a little gun shy, but I
didn't want to bring that up, you know.
Right. Why not? It's one of my better videos. Got almost 5,000 hits on it. But it seems like disaster is good for your channel. But I flew it on Sunday, and it took me a couple of minutes, but I got comfortable. Took me a couple of minutes, I got comfortable again.
And that's the park right there. And,
it looks familiar.
Coming up to us. Coming up to where we are.
Right here. That's the park.
Yep.
We hang out under the big gazebo right here on the left. But Al did a great job doing this little video, and I didn't watch it yet, so I'm sort of previewing it. I don't know what's coming out next, but I got to say thank you to Al for letting me show it. So be sure to go check the rest of it out.
This is what. Oops. This is why you got to watch out for Barkley. Oh, son of a gun.
That was my video showing? Or no? No. Oh, there's Barkley. Okay.
Yeah. If you're not careful, that's what happens when you're around Barkley.
Johnny Barkley's in the chat, you know. He's back in again.
Okay, good, Barkley. How you doing? You won. In case you didn't hear your name called, you won.
He didn't hear it.
$10 Amazon gift card. You know, I picked your name out of the hat. But Bill, what was in your opinion, what was the best thing about this South Florida Drone Meetup?
There was no best thing. It's just one good thing after another. That was the best thing. There was the good. How about the good weather? How about the laughs?
Oh man!
You know, how about the good food? How about there was nothing that couldn't be taken care of, fixed, or done because there was somebody willing to jump in there and help out. You know, but I get in there at 6 a.m. and Al's there and other guys are there and they all popped in early. Weren't even on the committee and they're setting stuff up and putting stuff up. I was on the committee. I'm saying, okay, that looks good. Yeah, like that. That's good. Yep,
I was so impressed. Really. You know, when I got there, this is the first time people beat me there, other than the Army last year. The Army was there first. But Bill, another big thing that we had, well, we had it last year, but this year was even more coordinated, was your live stream, where you shared our meetup with the viewers.
Well, anything I do and coordinate it, I don't know how well that goes together, but that was good. 9 hours and 45 minutes that was, yeah, my long. And then I got a little hit, you know, the way you look tonight came over, and I got like a little play. Video's too, just for all you out there, if your video's too long, YouTube won't edit it. I can't remove it. It's there forever.
Oh, really?
Ever.
Yeah, but you can
Oh,
fast
man.
forward through it, you know,
Yeah.
right?
Video's too big for it to handle, I guess. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, no, that was fun. It's fun doing that, you know. And
Oh,
what's
that
nice
was a
about
big
that whole
hit.
setup, I
That
got
was
to
a
walk
big
away.
hit, Bill. So thank you. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
John K's telling you live stream was great.
Yeah,
Appreciate
there it is. Let me highlight that.
I appreciate you guys. You know what? The guys in the chat kept it interesting. They were making fun of each other and talking and having a good time. I wish they could have all been there. You know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but they were kind of in spirit.
Jeff Norman, have a good night. Thank you for coming in, and thank you for coming with your fiance Robin and the rest of your family. So thank you.
Hey, Michael, your Fox News is playing.
And there's Tomas. Yep, he appreciated it also.
Good one, Scott.
So the guy that won the gentleman that won the grand prize, that won how much did you pay him to make believe he was a flyer, Johnny?
I know, because he gave it to me. You know, he gave it to me. I have it sitting right over there.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
You know, I didn't even think to do that, Bill. You know, somebody, you know, you're always thinking, Bill, how to figure out on getting something. That's a true one. I know that.
Still waiting for my kickback on the boat. I'm gonna go get Jim to come in here and say hello. Hold on a second. Wait.
Yeah, just
Hey, make sure he's got a shirt on.
He does. He showered. He doesn't smell like he did. You remember what he smelled like earlier?
Let people know who the grand prize winners were, and I'll have to say, it wasn't rigged, guys. It was not rigged, but my cousin came all the way from North Carolina to come to his first South Florida Drone Meetup. His name was Dwayne Hunt, and he won the DJI Mini 2 area bundle. And again, it's not rigged. You know, Alex did an awesome editing presentation, but Alex Escardo won the hotel
prize number 2
premium bundle, right, Alex?
The winning ticket right here.
You have it handy or no?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I thought so. Maybe you could show it just to prove that you did win it.
No, this ain't it. This ain't it.
But again, there it is. Alex won it, you know.
That's from Al. Time to Fly.
And it's well deserved too. So we've got to say congratulations, Alex.
That's Al Diaz,
my cousin, and thank you to Al Diaz. Yes, Scotty, you're absolutely right. But the grand prize winner was a guy that we met while we were flying at the Jupiter Lighthouse on Thursday. Thursday, I went over and I talked to this guy, and I said, "Do you fly drones?" And he said, "Yes." And he said, and I asked him, and he said a Mavic. He flies a Mavic. And I said, well, you should come to the South Florida Drone Meetup then. We're having it Saturday. He said he was coming. I assigned him number 126. He was the last guy to get a number. And he showed up with his wife. He brought his wife. He stayed there all day, and he won the grand prize.
You're a little behind me.
$10 hotel.
You're about 15 seconds behind me.
Evo V3 with a small controller. But anyway, look at this. We had a love affair going on the live stream. And I want to say welcome to Jim Beauchart, because it was such a pleasure having Jim at the South Florida Drone Meetup. So, Jim, what do you think?
I want to bring something up as far as generosity is concerned.
Not yours.
Some of you may or may not know that Alexis gifted Jim this.
I don't know why.
Right, so Jim is a proud owner of a brand new, which he probably almost needed it back. But,
yeah.
You know, this guy here. But Jim didn't have controllers or goggles.
Shows you.
So Max Air 420 actually has a very good heart because he worked hard. He found a set of used goggles for him, which was nice for him to go out of his way and do that. And Max gifted Jimmy a free controller for him.
Oh,
so
cool.
He's got a complete set. He's got a preset. So him, it was DJ sucks and talking stuff about everybody. He's full of baloney. He's the nicest guy in the world.
Yeah, thanks so much, Max.
Max really is too, and he stands back and doesn't say anything. He's doing all this stuff in the background, and you don't even know it.
Exactly. So anyway, Jim, what'd you think about your first South Florida Drone Meetup?
Just a wonderful event. It was well organized. I think I know everybody had fun. I had too much fun, and thanks for inviting me. And if you can put in a good word so I can get out, maybe the state troopers will let me get to the airport.
They're out there. I saw them. There's more than a few of them too.
You know, Jim, when you showed up and you had the Canadian flag, I was touched. And we put it up. You guys put it up immediately.
Yeah,
you know,
it was great because it was in the background for the thank you, for the live stream for the South Florida Drone Meetup, and all you see is a Canadian flag.
But no,
it's an international event. You had to represent.
Now, yes, it's great.
Yeah. And what'd you think about today's fishing trip?
I loved it. It was a lot of fun. I'm not a fisherman, but I did stick the line in for a little bit. I got one keeper. So, yeah, I can't wait to eat it.
Hey, Jim, I got a request. Will you bring John next time? I'd like to have a third Canadian down there, or maybe Jim's droning. That'd be nice too.
I put a little comment in the chat earlier in the show for John to start saving now because boy, oh boy, it's well worth it.
DJI Max is saying DJI still sucks. Can you imagine? But I also put in a plug. I want little Beauchamp to come too.
Well, yeah, that might be. He's got to get a passport, so we're working on that too.
All right. Okay.
All right, I'm going to get out of here and let Bill get back in.
Yeah, we're going to shut it down anyway because I'd like to keep it around an hour, and we're well over an hour. But it was just a total great event, in my opinion. And I got to say thank you again to all the people that attended it. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for all my guests tonight. It means so much. And thank you, the viewers that have watched our live streams. Really.
Thank you again, Ray, for allowing us that venue.
If you get a chance to come to the South Florida Drone Meetup, mark it on your calendar now. April 6, 2024. We'd love to have you. And hopefully, Jim, you're going to come back again next year. Michael, you're going to come back. You're number one next year, so you have to come back, Michael.
I'll be there. I'll be there next year.
And Alex, same thing
here
to
next
you.
year. I'm still here.
Put me down.
All right. You're down. Definite now. And I know I was up to, I think, 19. So you're going to be number 20, Alex.
Good
and Scott, I know you said you got to double check your schedule. You got a lot going on, but we'd love to have you back too.
Yeah, I can't commit that quick.
I know. Now
and then Ray, I wouldn't want to tell you anyway because you might.
I'll do that. Yeah, Bill.
Now it's time for closing thoughts. So I'm going to let Scott, you go first. Anything you want to promote?
Yeah, Ray.
I promote. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I think, Michael, you trying to say something?
He wants to be number 107 next year.
107 wants to be 107. I heard that. I got a note on my list.
He said,
right.
Sure,
we'll put 107 behind 19. He's going to jump in there.
I just encourage anybody.
Okay, you're down 107.
I encourage anybody and everybody that can go to this event or any other event, really, just go because it's just so much fun and everybody is so nice and you just have a good time. So go to any of these events that you can go to. You know, I think Kelly Shores has got one coming up. He's still trying to get the venue. Is that not right? So
that's what I heard, but it looks like it may be in November, give or take. So, but that's a great one. Spin Up, you're talking about, of course.
Yeah.
Right, Scott?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on today, and I hope to see you soon. And I know we'll see you in the chat because you are one of the biggest supporters of us all, Scott, and we appreciate it. So, Alex, now it's time for your closing thoughts and anything you want to promote, like your channel. Tell everybody about your channel.
I'm not a self-promoter.
I know.
AME aerials, but and once I get through editing, I'll have hopefully a short clip to put up regarding the event. Speaking of which, again, I don't even remember what I said at this presentation, but whatever I did inspired. I just saw Kevin Tolley's video not long ago. He did an amazing job with his video, and he said, "Oh no, picked up some stuff from you," and I was like, "Okay, well, I
Says
like
a lot.
a
That says
lot
a
of
lot.
you guys inspire me. If I can inspire somebody, I'll take it." But that's all I have to say.
Well, thank you.
Be there next year. I'll be there. It was fun.
All right, I'm putting you down. You're number 20. I don't
All
care.
right.
You're number 20 now. I tell you, thank you so much, Alex. Really, you did an excellent job on your editing presentation. And thank you for sponsoring it. You donated T-shirts and giveaways that people love to get. So, and I really appreciate that. But anyway, Michael, it's time for your closing thoughts and anything you want to promote.
Again, appreciate it being on the panel here, and I'll say don't miss another one. It's all about the camaraderie, the friendship, flying secondary. Come on down.
Yep, Michael. I tell you, Michael's been to all of them, and I love flying with Michael. We went on my boat after the first one or before the first one, and we had a good time, and we're going to do it again. I'll be seeing Michael in a few days. So, Mike, I look forward to seeing you. Thank you for being on tonight. So, Jim, time for closing thoughts for you and Bill if he's around. So,
Similar to Alex. Bring back, yeah. Similar to Alex, he doesn't remember what he said. I don't remember what I did, so I'm looking forward to watching my video that I recorded from Friday and Saturday. And thanks for having us. It was great meeting all you guys and gals. And I really am going to concentrate on putting this on the list for next year as well.
Okay, good. And
Ray,
it was such a pleasure meeting you. Go ahead, Bill. Go ahead.
I was in the green room, Ray. I was gonna,
Oh, that's you in the back room again? Oh, that's what you were saying. I was saying, let me in. I've let him in before.
Because here's the thing, you've been
bragging
about it. I'm gonna stay here now. You've been bragging about everybody else. You did all the work, really. You did all the legwork. You found all the sponsors. You annoyed people into saying yes. I mean, you're really good at that. You did a great job, and you put together a great event as usual. And we're all thrilled and happy to be a part. That's all.
Thank you, Bill.
If I could sit on my ass for 9 hours and get all kinds of compliments, I'll do it. I'll do it every year.
No. Thank you, Bill. Your live stream was great. Your meet and greet was great. And I'm going to be flying with Bill on my boat next Tuesday if everything goes right. So I'm looking forward to that. But listen, guys, I want to say good night. Thank you. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you again next week, same time, same place. Don't forget, get out there, fly for fun. Johnny and I have a great show on Wednesday at 7 p.m. And Drone Nation tonight comes on, and they're always good. So be sure to tune in for that. 9 p.m. tonight, Drone Nation. And the Grumpy Vlogger is on at 8. But go ahead, Bill.
I think Ray wants to go take a nap.
All right. So good night, everybody. Fly safe.
Night, everybody.